It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Yes, the Conjugal Visit. Good evening and welcome back to the Conjugal Visit Show. And this is Free Ride talking to you right now. And I have in the studio, well, in their studio over there in Buffalo, we have King Guido and Senor Chaz. What's up, guys?
You know what's funny though is that we're in the same studio, and we really are, but we're on separate levels because we're lazy.
Because you're lazy?
Yeah, pretty much.
And we don't like each other. Actually, we just work together.
Oh, you just work together? You don't have to like each other. You're not working together. You're working together for money.
They gave us separate booths, and shit up here in the studio.
Because you hated each other so much?
Yeah, I have the better studio though.
You have the better studio? What the hell was that?
What the hell was what?
That boom. You hit the trash can? That's what it sounded like.
No, I didn't do that.
Did you knock over the ashtray?
No. We don't smoke in the studio. Stop it. Yeah, then that's not a fucking something hitting the ashtray.
So I understand last weekend. First of all, Chaz, tell us about your restaurant.
All right, yeah, I'm the executive chef at a restaurant in West Seneca, New York, called Stack Burger. We have a lovely website that you guys can find us at, and that would be www.stackburgerny.com. And it's a gourmet burger place, but it's not just gourmet burgers. I can basically do anything that I want, and I have some pretty crazy ideas that is gaining us and myself some notoriety.
Excellent. And you guys were a part of this food fest there in Buffalo?
Yeah, we did it's called the Taste of Buffalo, and the Taste of Buffalo is the biggest 2-day food festival in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the biggest food festival. The biggest one is in Chicago, and it's like 5 days, but we're the biggest 2-day one. And we participated in that, and I was basically at the helm doing prep work, but Guido was down there busting his ass, so why don't you give the news, Guido?
Well, we had taken 2 top awards, the 2 top awards, Best Overall Item and the Chair Choice, which is the Chairman's Choice. And it's never been done in the history of the Taste of Buffalo. And I've worked the Taste of Buffalo before, and I actually worked in its first year, like, almost 20 years ago, was it? 15 years ago? And
something like that, yeah.
The average turnout then was like 5,000 to 10,000 people. But now I think over like 1 million people come to it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
1 million people. And so what was the item that won out?
And it wasn't even a burger, by the way.
Oh, what was it? Wings?
It is one of my babies, one of my creations. It is a deep fried peanut butter and jelly. It's a
oh
peanut butter jelly.
My God, you have got my heart just a pounding. Peanut butter and jelly is my favorite.
It gets better. Just listen to what.
Okay.
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's deep fried in a sweet batter, dipped in a sweet batter, deep fried, and it's topped off with a Buffalo favorite. I don't know about your neck of the woods, but Loganberry. It's got a Loganberry reduction sauce, and then it's got peanut butter sauce and a grape whipped cream that I make from scratch.
Oh my God, man! I gotta tell you, that is unique.
Well, we were
that sounds delicious.
On the local news here and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should have yelled out KGFRocks.com, man.
Well, we weren't they didn't talk to us. They just I don't even know if I didn't even see the news report because I was probably sleeping because I was so tired. But I know they mentioned us and said, and it worked because when they said we won, like day one, we went through I don't know, 2,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
If you do this right, what this is going to...
We went through 6,000.
Really?
Yeah, because
Six?
of the news.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you know what's going to happen now if you do this right, man? You're going to get be on all the morning news shows, cooking for the guys at the studio, and being on TV and stuff. Man, that's the way to do it, man. That's how you get, people, and but winning this award is great. Congratulations to both of you. Great job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. And you know what else is cool?
Hmm.
That Stackburger website and the KGF website were built by the same team of people.
You.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it depends on which persona
Pretty
I am.
much.
Today, right? Could be a couple. Could be two.
Yeah, that's funny.
It could be even our 3 or 4. You never know if he didn't take his pills or not.
Right.
And you know what? The cool part about it is too is we got some more customers out of the deal, and that's cool. I was just our guest was just emailing me, so I lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay. You lost your train of thought, but that's okay. That's okay. So so it's called Stackburger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stackburger, and the website is Stackburger NY, as in New York.
Have you come up with a Donald Trump burger yet?
No, I haven't yet. We can have our slogans out there like, make lunch great again or something like that. But
Oh, that might be fun. Yeah, Trump burger. Make your burger great again. Have a
That's
Trump
a good
burger.
idea.
Hey, I'm pretty ingenious, man. Now I couldn't put it together for you. Let's see what would be on a Trump burger. Let's
Bacon,
see.
of course.
Bacon. Yeah. Yeah.
It's America.
Right. Yeah, it's an American, and you got the American cheese. Okay, on there,
America.
American cheese and American, and then let's see. I'll think about that, man. Maybe I'll come up with a Trump burger for you. That'll be delicious. What would be cool?
It would have to have like a floppy fried egg kind of thing on top to
On
resemble
top,
his,
like a
you know,
toupee.
hair.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
toupee. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Or maybe take the burger and the hamburger and mix it with real American cheese,
American
grated
cheese.
grated American cheese in the burger. So cook it so it gives it a nice crust, and then
Some American cheese.
it's an American cheese, and then put put an egg on top and tilt it to one side, and then you could have a Hillary burger, and of course you'd have to have some kind of angel hair for a mustache, and yeah, that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, that's something you might think about. Anyway, in the music world, what's going on out there, man? Do you know anything, Chaz? What's up?
I know stuff.
Just all the summer concerts are kicking off in full swing. I know
Right.
that a band that we'll be talking about today, Kiss, just kicked off their tour, and the festivals are starting, the Warp Tours and all that.
Right? It's getting into the hot months of summer. It's a hot summer, man. I know it's hot here in
Right.
St. Louis.
Oh, it was 97, I think. Here, that one day was it last Tuesday or something?
Last
It was
Tuesday.
ridiculous. It was the day that Guido didn't work at the restaurant that I did. So
Yeah. Well, on Friday this week, they're forecasting us to be at 99 degrees, and the heat factor is going to be 111.
oh my god.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal. I can see it coming.
That's
Yeah, but see,
crazy.
you're used to that. When us up here in Buffalo,
No,
people think
there's no getting used to this, man.
No,
When-
people think
when-
we're buried in snow in August, and we're not.
Well, I know. You know what though? I mean, we're not used to that, and it's killing people here. We've already had a couple of deaths this summer due to the heat. We've had a couple of, we've had a few kills from gunfire, but we've had a few die from the heat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not paying my electric bill, so I'm going to turn my AC off. Fuck that. I'm turning my AC on. And not only that, they don't realize that, the electric company can't shut you off when you're in a heat wave. It's unhuman, first of all, and secondly, it's unlawful. It's against the law to do that.
Maybe they're here. They'll be like, bitch, see ya.
Shut that shit off.
Yeah.
No, it's a Missouri state law that the electric company cannot shut you off during a heat wave or extreme cold.
Well, then that's not like that in New York. I mean, maybe the extreme cold or something, but I don't think they give a shit about the heat wave. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
people are dying.
Really?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hotter than 10 motherfuckers. I can't stand it. I come home all covered in sweat and shit. I got to take a shower before I go to work and when I get
How do
home.
you know how hot 10 motherfuckers are? By
Yeah,
the way?
you have better similes than that. You could do something better.
Well, hotter than a cat on a tin roof. How's that?
No,
That-
Hotter than a whore in
that's-
church.
That's mine. You can't use mine.
Hotter than that's my
I got one. This is my favorite. I'm sweating like a priest at a little league game.
sweating.
Uh,
Sick bastard. You're gonna go to hell for that one. Yeah,
that was
straight to
already
hell.
going, so who cares?
Right, exactly. So and
If I'm already going to hell, if I'm a worse person, does that mean I'll get a room with a better view?
You get you'll get like the heat deluxe room. You'll get a sauna. You know.
yeah,
Because if
you-
you're a really bad person in hell, that's probably like being a really good person in heaven.
right.
right.
Actually, the better you are, I think the better room you do get. You're right. I think if you're just a little bad, go with there with the rest of them motherfuckers. You know, you really bad. It's like, hey, we got some. You're gonna come back up and do some more damage. You know, we got plans for you. You know, I mean, yeah, I would imagine it would be that way. Why not? If you're
Purgatory.
really bad, why wouldn't the devil want you to be like? Why would he punish you? That's makes
right,
no
exactly.
sense. You know.
The Purgatory Hotel. I'm looking forward to it.
It sounds like a Rolling Stones song.
Yeah, yeah.
It really does. I think they had a song like that, wasn't it? It was Heroin Hotel or something.
Heroin Hotel.
Wasn't that the Stones?
No, that's where Nikki Sixx lives.
Yeah, he's stayed there a few times. You know, when he died in Japan, and one time, and they stuck his body in the dumpster because they thought he was dead, and they brought him back. And then another time, Slash and the drummer Steven Adler brought him back once, and they threw him in a tub filled with ice and shit, and brought him back. So the guy's died twice.
Well, he knows how to party. That's for sure.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah.
Or
If you
he
ever
doesn't.
want to, or he doesn't, but if you ever want a good read, grab his book, Heroin Diaries, because it's crazy. It's just a diary that he wrote during his heroin days, but it's fucking crazy. Actually, you've read it, you know.
Right.
Absolutely. We talked about that a few weeks ago. That whole first album from 6 a.m. is the soundtrack to that.
Right.
Even that whole first album's a trip. You know?
Well, yeah, it was. It was his best.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
for
first-
sure. And it's like,
Yeah.
and it's true, and it's like that's why I think because he was pulling it from such an emotional and real place when he found that diary, and now
Right.
everything since then is like, let's try to have a radio hit, man. And it's like you got to be real with yourself sometimes.
I don't think Nikki Sixx sounds like that.
I don't think he does
Kinda
either.
sounds like-
he
you
did-
kind of sound like
Does he
this.
sound like this? This is Nikki Sixx. You're listening to KTFRocks.com.
Is that Free Ride doing a friggin' impression? I've never heard that.
You've never.
He does the best. He does the best Kermit the Frog.
Ah, you're kidding me, right?
Kermit the Frog. he can
Kermit
get,
the
yeah.
Frog. I love to do that. I'd like to get Miss Piggy up against the wall sometime.
Wait a minute, you are not the real Kermit the Frog. I am Kermit the Frog, and I am
Kermit the
here
Frog.
to take you on.
You sound really good, man. You sound better than I could ever sound.
Kermit the Frog here is gonna bitch slap your ass.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, Free Ride, but I lied to you. You're not really that good. I just keep saying it, so you'll do it a couple times.
Oh, every couple of times. Right.
Serious? Yeah.
You serious? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh my god, that sucks. We got to keep doing it.
Oh, it sucks. We got to keep doing it. Well, your redneck trucker ain't exactly the best.
Oh, he's Daryl's. He's not too bad there. You know what I mean? It depends on how much he has to drink before he does the show.
We let the cat out of the bag. Nobody's supposed to know that you're Daryl.
If nobody didn't know that it was us, really, they should go check in to some kind of clinic.
You check into some kind of clinic.
Yeah, because it's very obviously because half the time I did it, I talked to my own voice until I caught myself and got back into it.
Right, exactly. Right.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
MJ, how are you?
Hey.
I love it when that
Just
sexy.
barges in the conversation.
Huh?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I love that sexy voice. Hello. Just it makes me just quiver. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you're making me
And
blush now.
yeah.
free
As
ride
well,
came.
at least my
Fine.
at least my balls don't go up into my body when I hear her voice. I've had
Yeah,
some women's
Oh,
voices.
they're hanging
Jesus.
by your knee. They're probably touching the toilet water when you take a shit.
My ex-wife's
Oh
voice
my
is like that to
God.
me. It makes my balls go right up inside, man. Just
Mary,
they hide. They're shivering
Mary
and they
Jane,
hide.
I have a question to ask.
Uh-huh.
You know a lot about medical stuff, Mary Jane?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
Okay, I
I
have a
know
question to
enough,
ask.
I guess. What?
Well, why does it hurt
What?
why does it hurt when I pee?
Oh, you could have a urinary tract infection.
I did use the toilet at the strip club. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Well, did you rub your cock all over the toilet?
Well, don't
That's her
you?
nickname.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, how would any germs or bacteria get on it just by putting it out on the.
The cat's out of the bag
Unless-
now. He was
unless you
stirring the
actually, like, put it all over the toilet. Then
He
you're
was-
kinda screwed.
he was stirring the fucking. He had it down and it landed on the urinal and he couldn't help
Well, no,
himself.
because I misunderstood her. She said, "Oh, you can eat crabs," and I said, "Okay." I was fucking hungry.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God. Yeah, no, seriously, if it seems to hurt, you probably have a urinary tract infection, kidney infection.
It doesn't really hurt when I pee, actually.
Are you
So
sure?
let's get that on record.
Are
Yeah,
you
it
sure
just
about-
was.
Does it hurt the guy you're peeing on?
It does hurt when I drop feces though, because
oh, not me, man. I feel total
Well, then
relief,
I
man.
suggest going to your doctor.
Yeah, I
I
would
just
suggest.
put some preparation H on that bitch. And
Oh, stop it! You're making me
That's
nauseous.
horrible.
I get this vision, man. I get this vision of this
I can
fucking.
send you pictures.
So with listeners, Jesus.
You're scaring off our.
Oh, he lives next door. He lives next door. His last name is Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus. Right, right. So, MJ, what's going on with you?
No, nothing much. Same old shit, different days.
Same old shit, different day. Yeah.
Yeah, getting stoned.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah.
That new expansion for World of Warcraft comes out,
Yeah.
so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, you know what I would say if I worked at like a nursing home is take care of old people. Yeah, how's it going? Same shit, different ass.
Same shit, different ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nursing home humor. Wow.
Nursing home.
We are the most sophisticated talk show on earth.
Oh, we are truly, truly. It goes hand in hand with sponge bath. Have you ever had a sponge bath, MJ?
You know what? I think I have when I was a kid.
When you were a
Did you
kid?
ever have a tongue one?
I had to be in the hospital because I got really sick.
Oh.
So they had to give you a sponge bath because they didn't have showers or whatever.
Well, I'm talking about a sexy
What kind of
sponge
hospital
bath.
were you in?
No, not as sexy.
Well, there.
Not a sexy?
No.
No.
That's more of a guy thing.
Yeah.
That's like a guy's fantasy.
get
to
the
have, like, a
sexy nurse.
nurse come in and
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't
start
get that
washing
one.
your body,
The
putting her
sexy
tits all
nurse
over your
comes
body.
in. The sexy nurse comes in and takes your info, and then when it's time to get your body scrubbed, you get the big,
Well, on your body,
you're not sure
MJ,
there's a man or a woman.
MJ, on your body though, when you do get a massage, when you do, what is your most erotic spot?
My most erotic spot.
What really gets you tingling?
Probably my inner thighs.
Ah, nice.
That's a very, very sensitive spot. Butt cheeks.
Free ride. If you're gonna touch yourself, turn the camera. Please.
Good thing I can't see 'em, but
Okay, okay. And Guido, what is your most
Oh,
sensual
like
spot?
completely red, and I'm just like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, I'm asking everybody. What's your most
Oh,
erotic spot? Where do you like when a woman gives you a massage? Where do you like it? What spot really gets you going?
on my Jimmy Jam.
Your Jimmy Jam. Okay. How about you, man? Chaz,
I don't know. I guess my feet.
your feet? Really?
Really?
That would
Oh,
I
that's
couldn't do
cool.
that.
Any
I would
woman
start
that's
laughing.
brave enough to touch your fucking feet and gotta
Yeah,
be
trust me,
something
any
else.
woman that's brave enough to touch your feet is either blind or like something or stoned or
Come
something.
on,
I don't know.
you're offending some of our listeners there that have touched my
He
feet.
wears when he wears sandals, it looks
Yeah.
like he's got wool socks on.
Oh no. He's got hairy feet. He's got hair.
Because I
You got
usually
hairy
do
feet,
have
dude.
I usually do have wool socks on.
It looks like Chewbacca in flip flops.
Okay, there's a good question. Do you like hairy men, MJ? I like hairy
Um,
women.
you like hairy women?
Yeah, I like them when they don't shave, man.
Yeah, he likes that
You know,
Italian
I
dance.
don't really care what. See, I'm the type of. This is the type of girl I am. Okay, when it comes to a man, I don't care if you're hairy. I really don't care for not hair. What, as long as you're a good guy and you got a good head on your shoulders, you're responsible, you're honest, you're loyal, and you'll treat me with the same respect and love that I treat you, and we have a good time, then I don't really care. So
She's
I guess
such a.
I could go out with a guy that's hairy as long as he's a cool guy and we have that connection and we're having a good time. Who cares?
So, but it doesn't do anything different sexually for you. It doesn't
No,
bother you.
either or. Like I don't.
It doesn't
I,
bother you either way. She's so
no.
conservative, but yet she's libertarian. You know, she's got the conservative side taken care of. She's a libertarian. She doesn't care what you do, rub it in your belly, whatever. I don't care.
But it's like
As
a gorilla.
as
I
long
don't
as you
know.
love me, everything is fine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want like a gorilla. Like I don't know. But what do we consider? I don't know. Aren't most men hairy though? Like
No.
most guys
No,
have
I mean
hair on
there's
their.
guys out there, I guess, that shave it. What do you think about guys who shave all their hair, not just
Unless
in
you're
their
a
genital?
wrestler, you shouldn't shave your hair.
Honestly, I think it's up to the guy and what he feels. Because I mean, I
I
shave
would
my
be
legs.
itching all over, man.
Well,
I would
you
be
should
like,
shave
my,
your legs.
Well, yeah, I shave my legs. Oops, and I shave a lot of. I shave. Right,
nice.
really up to the guy and what makes him feel comfortable. So if you don't want hair, then don't have hair.
Right, right. But it's your choice, right? It's not because the guy would like you to shave your Netherlands, your vagina, right?
Because not all guys like that. There's
No,
guys out there that prefer a girl to have hair down there because they think that
they
a
want a
girl without
bush.
hair looks
Well,
stupid.
not a bush, but what do you think, Guido? A landing strip, okay?
No,
No,
no.
it's got to be shaved, huh?
What about you guys? Because I know men.
I like a landing strip. I like to know, it kind
What
of,
about
it's
your
got
hair?
like an arrow. It points down to where I need to be.
Should
Yeah,
men
well,
just
maybe.
keep it
Yeah,
bald?
because
They
he can't find it in his old age.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah, I can't see it. I just kind of
Dang,
follow the
damn it,
hair.
honey, turn the light on.
Hang on, let me find it with this. Oh, I found it.
I found
Clap
it.
on.
I clap.
If you're comfortable with your razor blade, go for it. If you're not, that's cool. Like
Right,
whatever.
right, right, right.
The only thing I shave besides like my face is if I don't, then my eyebrows connect. I look like fucking like Bert from Bert and Ernie.
From Bert and Ernie.
So when I like shave, I'll shave like between the two eyebrows. But one time I did it with a straight razor, and I looked like I was an angry bee for about 2 weeks.
That's horrible though to use a razor because you know what you're doing is you're making your hair thicker on your forehead.
I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. I look like fucking Bert from Ernie
Well,
when I don't.
go get it waxed. Go get your eyebrows waxed. They'll actually shape it for you.
I don't want it shaped. I'm not Prince. I just don't want to clean it.
You don't like your eyebrows? Do you shave your eyebrows, man?
You
He
just
just
didn't listen to the
did.
whole story, did you?
You
He
don't
shaves
shave
his
your.
head. Yes, he does. He
He
says he
I
sh-
does.
shave between the eyebrows because if I don't, it
oh,
connects.
between the
He has a lot
eyebrows.
of the
So you've got a
unibrow.
unibrow.
No, I will if I don't get it. I
He's
don't
got a
have.
unibrow. Yeah, unibrow. That's for sure. How
And,
about
and
how,
I tell you,
how about Chaz? Do you take after your brother at all? You have a unibrow as well.
Once
he's
in a
got an
while.
every
Doesn't
brow.
I could basically have hair up to my eyeballs if I didn't really take care of my face.
So
I'm
is
one
that
of
like
those
an
guys.
Italian thing?
We're just,
No,
ladies and gentlemen,
let me tell you,
if
let
you're
me
paying
tell you what I
attention,
mean. If I have no shirt on, you can tell I have no shirt on. The one time he didn't have a shirt on, down our driveway, our cousin said, "Hey, dude, when'd you get the eagle tattoo?" And he doesn't have
Yeah,
one. It's
no, I
just
don't
his
have a single pick.
hair.
you don't have
I'm
one.
in fine sexy, man. Paul, like Paul Stanley has a nice hairy chest, and that's my idol, and he keeps it sexy, so I will too.
You think he's sexy?
Yes.
But
He's scaring
Paul
me.
Stanley has $300 million. Chaz Stanley don't.
I'm doing better now than I ever was. So.
Yeah, after last weekend, you are for sure. Um,
That's right.
so our guest tonight is going to be the guys from the Kiss podcast. Is that right?
Yes,
We have
podcast, Rock City.
Podcast Rock City, one of my favorite Kiss podcasts.
Oh, so you listen to them regularly?
Oh, absolutely, because Kiss is one of the most debated and talked about bands. There's probably 27,000 Kiss podcasts, and these guys listen to them all and promote them all, but they're probably in the top 2 or 3 that are out there, honestly. They probably won't tell you that, but I'll tell you that.
I think MJ needs to stay with me to keep me company while you guys talk about Kiss. We could talk about our fetishes.
Yes,
We
we're going to talk about the podcasts and how they work and stuff because this is basically a podcast if you want you to believe it. Or
well,
not.
that's what we're doing.
What,
Yeah.
They just talk
Yeah.
about Kiss and play Kiss music. Is that how what do they?
Yeah, they have a different show every week, a different topic. They've been doing it. I think I saw today on their Facebook that they just had their 3-year anniversary yesterday. So they've been doing it a long time, and obviously there's a market for it. If there's
Because they've got
there's
listeners.
at least 20. There's at least 20 Kiss.
Well, they are on
Oh,
Spreaker,
yeah, If you can get Kiss toilet paper, then there should be a Kiss podcast.
Aren't they on Spreaker?
Kiss is on everything.
Yes.
They're on Spreaker, aren't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yep, they're on Spreaker. They're on the same
Stitcher.
stuff, the same platforms we are. Stitcher, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Well, this is going to be an interesting conversation. I think we
Well,
can.
it's going to be great to preempt all the fans listening at home. These guys are major Kiss nerds, if you will, just like myself and Guido. And Free Ride is a hater, so it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because I'm going to get. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to have to get the conversation really rolling in that different direction. Other than the positive things of Kiss, I want to hear what they think of some of the negative.
We'll have enough.
We talking about the guy?
Well, I'm
What's
sure
his
they-
name? What's his name from Kiss? That he talked a lot
Gene
of shit.
Simmons.
Gene
yeah,
Simmons.
That guy. He always has an opinion
Hank-
about something,
Hit the hang up button.
and he always gets himself in trouble. He does not know how to shut up in public. That is his
You're allowed,
problem.
you're allowed to have an opinion in this world, so
Well,
it's
yeah,
okay.
but you gotta not when you've got millions of people following you. You gotta watch
yes,
what you
still
say.
have an
No, you don't.
can-
You can't. I
Oh,
got 8 people listening to me right now. I don't give a fuck what they think.
you know that he talked shit about Prince, right?
No, he didn't. He said he thought it was sad that Prince killed himself with drugs. It's sad that Prince killed himself with drugs.
I
There's
don't
nothing
think it
wrong
was
with
those exact words.
That's
I don't
exactly
think it
what
was.
he
No, it
said.
wasn't. No, it wasn't those exact words. It was something else, and it came off really mean.
Because he's a
everybody
dick. He
it was
is.
before. No, what that was is everybody was pissed off because they're like, "You don't know. He didn't die of drugs. You're just running your mouth, Gene Simmons." And then it came out that Prince OD'd on drugs, and everyone was like, "I don't remember saying anything about Gene Simmons." Because it was before the fact. That's why everybody was pissed off. But he was right.
Yeah.
I'm sure he knew something. He's in the-
Purple rain.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh, this
we're-
conversation has
we're-
gone
we're-
upside down and inside out.
I bought a new coffee pot today.
You bought a new
Did
coffee pot
you?
today? Yeah. Well, my son got married over the weekend, so that's better than your
I
fucking.
saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. It was a lot of
You
fun.
guys,
We had a
it was
blast.
cool. You guys were all dressed up, all
Yeah.
very beautiful,
They,
and the bride looked beautiful, and your son looked handsome.
yeah, it was fun. It was a lot
Wait,
of fun.
it was your son, right?
Yeah, that was my son,
Okay.
and they had the two kids came up at the end of the ceremony, and both my son and his new wife pledged their vow to the children that they would always take care of them and love them and nurture them, and I thought it was very very sweet, and it was a great ceremony. We had a friggin' blast. It was fun, and of course my ex-wife was there, and I photobombed her a couple of times. They're posted on Facebook, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was dressed in a tuxedo with a red bow tie, and some folks, I don't know if you guys know about what Six Flags is. You know
Yeah, we
what's?
have a Six Flags out here. We have a
Do you remember
Carnival
the
Fest.
bald guy that did the ads a while back with the?
Yeah, the dancing guy with the
Yeah,
glasses. Yeah.
yeah, with that music, that funky ass European, Eastern European music behind him. Yeah, well, that's what they said I look like. So, with my shaved head. So,
I
I
thought you and your wife was in the picture too, yes?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
she looked gorgeous, and everyone just looked really beautiful. I thought
Well,
it was
thank
very
you.
nice.
It was very nice. We had a very good time. Listen,
I'm
these guys are
glad.
all quiet over there now.
Would you say if somebody wasn't gorgeous and beautiful, would you say, yeah, well, your Aunt Betty there, my God, she looked like a fucking train wreck.
Oh no, I can say it out loud.
Well, to
I
be
can.
honest with you, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm pretty much blunt, and it gets me in trouble. So yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
probably
Yeah.
would.
I'm a
No,
Cancer.
no,
I do
I
that
must
too.
say, I must, I must say that everybody was very nice and everybody was hospitable. So, yeah, we rock. So it was a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, I think we need to move forward. We've got guests waiting. But hey, MJ, thanks for joining us tonight. You're
Thank
awesome,
you for having me. I
as
missed you guys,
always.
and it's been a blast.
Yeah, as always, and missed you. And we're
Yeah.
gonna give her
Yay!
yay. And I just got a request on Skype from a Jody Have Not.
That's him.
That's
That's him.
him? Okay, I got to accept him into the fold here. And so we're going to let you go, MJ. Thanks for joining us tonight. As always, we missed doing the show for 2 weeks, but we're back now, so we'll be doing more shows the rest of the month and into August. And we look forward to your presence on our show.
Well, I can't wait to come back, and thanks for the for the love, for the making me blush. You guys are fun.
Well, we like to make you blush, so I'll remember that for
Yeah,
the
we
next show.
will.
I'll have to come up with something new for the next show. So,
And
be
I hope our listeners have a great week.
all right, sweetheart. Thank you, hon.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right.
Well,
Well, let's call him in.
well, wait a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Cold Gin. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, we're going to do Cold Gin. This is Kiss, KGFRocks.com on the Conjugal Visit. Breathing so hard. You're on. You're on. Hello. You're on.
We're on. So, what's up, Chaz? There, we're waiting.
Yeah, we're having a little technical difficulties right now, so we're just going to carry the show. So, upcoming on the show here, we have Jody and Joe from Podcast Rock City, who is the host of the probably second, third biggest Kiss podcast around, and I'm very excited because, as you guys know out there, Kiss is mine and Guido's favorite band. Hello. So, what do you? There, we got something.
You got Jody.
Hey, Jody.
And we need to get Joe. I need to find him.
All right. Well, you get Joe, and me, Jody, and Chaz will talk.
Okay, I'll find Joe. It's Joe Paulo, right?
Joe Polo.
Yeah.
So, what's up, guys?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? You guys? Me and Chaz listen to your podcast quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
humongous Kiss fans, and we always. Matter of fact, on this show, we play a game. We interview a lot of up and coming people and some celebrities, and we ask them what their influences are, and then we keep a tally. And most of the time, 90% of them say Kiss was one of their influences.
Oh yeah.
And I said that that's going to be the case most of the time. So it's like we're just two Kiss guys talking about it all the time. And our other host here, he's not a hater, but he's not a Kiss appreciator.
Oh yeah.
He's close to being a hater.
Yeah, close to it. Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be interesting. But I want to say something to Jody here because Jody also has a podcast which he hasn't updated in a while, Strange Ways.
Yeah, Strange Ways.
What I want to say about that is maybe it was like at the turn of the year, like February or December or something, you did a Strange Ways podcast where you played different music. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then one of them you played a lot of Teenage Bottle Rocket, and you got me really into them, and I just saw them the other day at Warped Tour, and they kicked ass.
Oh yeah, man, they're great. I just hung out with Ray. It's been a couple months. When they come to St. Louis, like my band, we used to always play with them, so I've gotten to be friends with those dudes. And Ray played acoustic here a couple months ago. Man, it was great.
Yeah, and I was surprised, to be honest, because they were at one of the Warped Tour was at one of those big amphitheaters, and they were on the main stage. It was cut in half, and the band before them, there was like 15 people watching. But then as soon as Teenage Bottle Rocket started playing, man, there was I'm not gonna say filled up, but a lot more people showed up and showed support. So that was super cool, and I honestly would have never heard of them if it wasn't for the Strange Ways podcast.
Right on, man. Yeah, they're one of my favorites, man. Going all the way back. Cody, their other guitar player, was in this band, the Lillingtons, that I love, and my band used to play with as well. And yeah, man, I'm glad someone else likes that, because to me, they're one of the best bands that's still making records today.
Right, and then they have the song that ties it all in, Bigger Than Kiss, and they played that live. So.
Oh, did they? Cool.
Yeah.
I was surprised when they actually recorded that song. I didn't expect that from them.
Yeah, well, like I said, I wanted to, before we get into the Kiss topics, I wanted to give you some love on that end of this.
Right on, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad someone listened to it. I'm actually pitching that show. That's kind of like a separate thing I do called Rock and Roll Radio, and I've been looking. I'm trying to get it on one of these internet radio stations so I could do it every week and just play a bunch of good music.
Well, that's you might have come to the right place, because we play music from 1966 to 2016, all rock.
Huh?
And we have right now 5 or 6 DJs that do every day. And hey, if you're interested, we might have a spot for you here, and you can play.
Man, I would love to.
Basically, whatever you want, and you can say whatever you want, because we don't. We list it as explicit at our station, so it doesn't.
Oh, cool. It seems like someone. Kate, you guys are calling again right now?
No, I'm not. No, hang on. I'm trying to get him to answer, but I can't.
If we hang up this and answer that, he might.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? I could add him now that I'm on with you.
Yeah, just add his address to down below there.
All you gotta do is he's got to add him to this call. You could do that. It's sometimes the Skype thing going through Spreaker doesn't match up.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. I'll try to add Joe in.
And here he comes, I think.
I hope so.
I see his name.
I see his name too. I don't really understand. It's taken me this long to even understand Skype this much, which is
That is him. I already had him.
Yeah, well, he should be answering now. Or he should be there. I think he's gone. He's back.
I just clicked on it.
That's a good thing. But anyways, we also have Jody. We have
Hello. Thank God.
Is this the Taylor Swift show?
Yeah, man.
Holy crap. I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm old and I don't understand technology.
Listen, we're all probably our combined ages together are pretty high,
Right. Well,
So-
cool.
I'm the young one.
Well, when you say young, what does that mean?
He's young.
I'm older than your buddy Andrew. I just turned 30, but I'm still.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you for having us on, man. We really appreciate it. Let me tell you, so far listening to your show, I have learned that I need to put an egg on my burger. And by the way, we do that down here in the South. We call them fried egg burgers. We have them. And I have learned that, somebody needs to shave their unibrow.
Yes, that's me.
Do you have a unibrow?
Fortunately for me, no, I do not.
You do
But
not.
I do shave with a straight razor. I'm just not going to tell you where. Oh,
Oh, you already have. You
The
that
man
was
already
my
have.
that was my Guido.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's me. I'm Guido, and I'm like, I just like to say whatever I want sometimes, and sometimes it's not the right thing to say, but it's
Of
there.
course.
it's never pretty. It's never
Awesome.
fucking
I'm like the
pretty.
Donald Trump of radio,
Sweet.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Not even
But
close.
he wanted to welcome me to our show, and as I was telling Jody earlier, myself and Chaz are huge, gigantic Kiss fans from an early age. I'm in my 40s, and I like Kiss since I was like 4 years old. But now our third person here, Free Ride, is
That's
close
me.
to being a Kiss hater.
I'm not a kid. I'm not a Kiss hater. Okay, they misrepresent me. Can I defend myself here?
Okay.
My thing is I love the original Kiss. What Kiss was in the beginning was fantastic. Okay, all four of the original guys, all four of the founders were just phenomenal, phenomenal. But I think that a couple of them let stardom go to their head.
Well,
And
yeah, of course.
okay, and it does. It happens.
mean,
but I don't think. Now let me make this clear. I don't think that. I just. It's almost like it's fake. It's almost like it's not for the love of music. It's for the love of money. And that's what I hate about that.
All right,
That's what I
now
dislike that.
rebuttal. Who's next?
Well, they don't need to do it for money. They do it because it's fun, I think. They don't need the money anymore. Every one of them is so rich. Even the new guys, Tommy Thayer, Eric Singer, they're worth millions of dollars. I think
they're worth more than Peter and Ace.
Yeah, they are.
I'm more worth than Peter.
Yeah, well, good one. Peter and Ace, they could have still been doing it, and
Well,
I decided not to.
I always say,
Well, no, I think the opposite of what you're saying there, Free Ride. It's not that Gene and Paul had success go to their head. If that's what you want to say, Gene and Paul kept going and making albums and have the band going, and the other guys just wanted to go and party and not do it anymore. So you could say the exact same things about the other two.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you
I
could.
would.
Well,
I
I
would
don't like
actually
all four.
say. I would actually say that with Peter, the success went to his head to the point where he thought he could leave the band and be what, like the next Barry Manilow. I guess I'm not really sure.
Even a layman like myself knew that Peter was not going to lead that band, and it was evident from the very beginning who the leader of that band was.
oh well, the
Right.
leaders have always been. See, I think they took their turns. I think in the '70s it was more of a combination, but in the '80s it was all Paul Stanley. Gene Simmons couldn't give a shit about Kiss in the '80s for a lot of reasons. I mean, he was doing other things. But then in the '90s, when like Revenge came out, Gene came back, I think.
Right.
And since then, I think they've been just as good, if not better, than the original lineup. And that's something really big for me to say. And Chaz will tell you this because I am like a huge Ace Frehley fan, and it still bothers me to this day that he's not in there. But then I see Tommy Thayer playing, like, oh my God, he's better.
Jody, what do you think of that, Jody? When he says Tommy Thayer is better?
I think that Tommy's technically a better player,
Absolutely.
but he can't write the things that Ace has written. He
Well, of course, but if you want to argue that, I mean, who would be better in Kiss right now? You know what I'm saying? Like playing wise, would you want Ace just for the nostalgia factor and not being as good, or would you want to get your money's worth because Kiss charges a decent price for their ticket?
I will say that you can rely on Tommy. I mean, I don't have any problems with the guy. I mean, he does the licks exactly the way I want to hear them. Better than Ace probably could at this point. But, I saw Ace a couple months ago, and he did fine, but I do believe Tommy's a better player,
I miss Bruce Kulick, actually.
I do too, man. I'm
That's
an
my
Ace
guy.
guy.
That's my favorite.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bruce was the unsung hero in Kiss. I mean, he would just do whatever the band asked him, and he changed with each album. Every album in the 80s with Bruce was definitely a different guitar sound.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
Bruce, man.
Bruce Kulick was he's phenomenal, and we were even discussing the other day about how he was different than Tommy Thayer to the point where he would walk in and put his own spin on the Kiss song. So when it came time for the solo, sometimes there was a little Ace flavor, but it was all Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Tommy, he sticks, to the feel. You know, that's really what they.
Well,
go
it's almost
for
like he
now.
sticks to the script. He's just a
Right.
hired player. He is. He's not Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. Eric Singer is one of my favorite drummers ever. They're not pure members of Kiss. They are hired guns.
Right.
You
They're
know,
fans
they
too,
are
which
the
is cool.
Yeah. Go ahead, Freak.
Well, they love. I mean, they do love what they do, and the tour just kicked off this time. I guess it's Tommy Thayer, and oh goddamn, I can't remember.
Eric Singer.
Eric Singer.
Yeah.
And I think that the band is whole now. Okay, as before they weren't a whole band. I don't know. Each one has their own individuality now, compared to what it was in the '80s.
Well,
I think
yeah.
that
Going off
I was thinking that in the '80s they were just following the Kiss lead all the time. Now it's like, okay, we're all individuals here and we're all stars and we all know it. And I think that has a lot to do with why they still sell tickets.
Sure.
Because each individual is on their own. They're not just Kiss. Okay.
Well, Kiss is a bigger thing than anything. I mean, you know, the Kiss really could go on forever if they do what they want to do. I heard things that they want to do, like a American Idol type thing, and pick the next Kiss. You know, but I mean, do you want that or
no?
Then
I
I
don't want
think
a
it
Kiss.
becomes.
I don't
kind
want
of
a. I don't want a Kiss tribute band. Thank
Right.
you. There's enough of those. There are enough of those out there, and I think that one day they're just going to hang it up. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think they're going to do it?
What do you
Just
guys think?
do it for the sake
Okay,
of doing
so we've had of course, because Podcast Rock City focuses on only Kiss, we have had a number of occasions to discuss this. And Jody and I and Andrew and sometimes D-Rock, and then depending on who else does the show with us, mostly Jody and Andrew and I, we have decided that what Gene and Paul are going to do, once we let them know, is we think that there should be it should be a Vegas act, right, Jody?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be-
Two sets of band. One band, 4 members playing each character. Another set on a stage that turns, right? So the first band in makeup, in costume, first tour, first couple records, they're on stage. They perform the big songs off that record with the stage looking just like it. They're done, boom, they end. The stage turns to reveal the next side of which is the next tribute band dressed like Kiss, let's say Love Gun or Destroyer, and
Yeah,
they're
Destroyer.
doing the Destroyer songs, and then again it turns again, and it could go on all night like that.
That's a cool idea, but I just don't want to see the Gene Simmons 85 era.
The mod.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mod, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but I mean, if Kiss had their way, you guys know they wouldn't. They act like the '80s don't exist anymore. They don't ever. But other than what, Lick It Up, maybe it's about the only song they play.
Lick It Up. Otherwise
And I'm so
known
sick
as,
of that song.
Yeah, we've discussed that too. Well, we're not. We haven't discussed that we're sick of Lick It Up. We're tired of the Who part they put in the middle of
Oh
it.
yeah, yep.
Now look, and it's very important because we recently got accused of being almost for the first time ever in 3 years of doing this show, and we got accused of almost being a little anti-Kiss, and I want to, because. But as fans, you always do that armchair quarterbacking.
Right.
If it's the Steelers you're watching or the Bills or the whatever, you love your team, but you question why they do things the way they do them.
Well, it should be okay. It should be okay, guys, to point out their flaws. I mean,
Yeah,
Kiss,
sure.
trust me, they're not perfect. I mean, there's been some shit go down in that band that was ugly.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
fucking
Gene,
some of
Gene
that
Simmons
shit.
in the '80s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you know
and-
what? Yeah.
Yeah. And don't forget they wrote Anything for My Baby.
Come
Oh,
on now.
Well, there
I
was
say
some,
that.
there
I
was
say
some
that
better
'cause
gems
Jody,
in that.
Jody really loves that song. So
I like that one.
See, here's a question for you guys: the solo albums. Okay, this one's a big debate with me and Chaz. I like the Paul Stanley one, and I love the Peter Criss one. And I'm an Ace Frehley fan, but I don't like his is better than the other two.
huh.
So it's weird. I know it is. But what about you guys? What do you think about the solo albums?
I like Paul's the most and Ace is second.
Mhm.
You know.
You
Yeah,
know?
same with me, but I really love Peter's album.
I think I like Peter's album because it was the first album I ever got.
See, isn't that interesting? Because that was my first Kiss record as well.
Yeah, and so I think that's why I ended up liking it so much because it was like the only record I had for a little while, you know. And
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
whatever you get into first is always kind of your go-to favorite. You know what I mean? Because that's what got you into the band. Like for
Right.
me,
Well,
it's Dress to Kill because that was the first record I ever got. So it's still my favorite to this day because it set the tone for all of my fandom. You know?
absolutely.
Right.
Same thing for me. My favorite Kiss album of all time, undisputed, is Revenge. And that's because, I was like 9 years old, probably like when you guys were when you got into it. I just happened to be 9 in 1992.
Right.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
I got a
And
Kiss
that's
story for you. Chaz is like my little brother, and he is
Okay.
he is my little brother. One day we went to go see Kiss. They were at the record store signing. So, I had the new Alive 3 CD and whatever, and I gave him the bag from the record for the CD.
Okay.
So we got up there, and Paul Stanley's like, "What the hell's this?" And he said, "It's a piece of paper." And Paul Stanley threw it down, grabbed a poster, and said, "Here." And so I said, "Fuck, I got screwed out of the deal. He made out."
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I still have it. Still have that poster, and I don't think it's any coincidence that guy's my idol, and that's why I'm a singer-guitar player.
So
There
let
you
me
go.
ask you, when you did that and you met them, was that like the penny promotion thing from Kiss Alive 3, where they gave you a little secret pass and you told you where to go and meet the band?
No, this was just sponsored by our local radio station. Anybody could go. It was at they announced it the day before. It was at Cavich's record store, and the line was ridiculous. We stood in line in the hot. It was summer, and we stood in line for it seemed like forever. First we stood in line to buy the damn CD because it just came out that day, and then we went back in the other line to stand and wait forever. But it was kind of cool because when Paul Stanley did that, I was like, "That's fucking awesome," And I got to meet Eric Singer, who I always saw Eric Singer in every freaking thing. I've seen him with Alice Cooper. I've seen him with this band, that band. So I was excited to meet him too, because he was the young gun at the time. I thought he was a great replacement for Eric Carr. Perfect replacement.
Right, absolutely. I really liked him in Badlands, and then when I remember watching the video and seeing him play in Badlands and going, man, that guy's awesome. And then when they had the shots for Revenge, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy from Badlands. I was a little disappointed that he left Badlands, but I was happy to get somebody in there, And we've talked about on our show, in Paul's book, he talks about how Eric Carr, when he met Eric Singer, he said, "You're going to be the guy that replaces me."
That's
Eric,
a great.
Because Eric Carr called it, like if I remember the story correctly, I haven't read the book in a couple of years, but Eric Carr called it because he met him when Paul took Eric Singer on tour for his solo tour.
Right.
And then Eric Carr met him and said, "You're going to replace me." And this is before even Eric was like, I don't know if he was sick, but nobody knew it, and he wasn't that sick at the point. And I guess the guy knew what he was talking about.
Right.
Yeah, you called it, man.
He did, and you know what was cool about everything was that even though he was dying in that, Eric Singer recorded the tracks for "God Gave Rock and Roll to You," but they let Carr do the video. I thought that was awesome, and it looked like he was really playing it. It didn't look like he was, playing some other drummer's beat. That's how good of a drummer he was. He could even fake it well,
Right. They even had like the right wig for him because he didn't have any hair at the time. But
right.
If you look at the wig, it looks like Eric Carr's hair. It's
Yeah.
a little straighter, not as curly, but still, he had this big, huge mane of hair.
And that dude was like 4 foot tall, man.
Yeah. That's
His hair was bigger than him.
Yeah, he had to stand on the bass drums in order to be seen.
Yeah. Now, when was the first time either of you saw Kiss?
Oh God. I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and that was my first time in Miami. And what happened was my neighbor. I wanted to go, and my neighbor wanted to take me, but my parents didn't want me to go. So I spent the night over the house, and I'm just spending the night, and we went to the show.
Yeah,
I've done that.
What tour was that?
Well, I've discussed this because I was younger, and I can't remember. The stage was definitely the same thing. It was either Alive 2 or Love Gun. You there?
So that
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the wheel. They're right in the second, the second wave almost of Kiss, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah,
Wow,
absolutely.
That's I was in my first was God, I don't remember my first either.
Well, your first, if I remember correctly, so your first, my first was a reunion. I was 10
Right.
years old. But so you saw him before that then? It would have had to been Crazy
Ted Nugent.
Nights?
Yeah, with Ted Nugent.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, Crazy Nights. Yeah, it was because they played my favorite song. Oh my God, I've drawn a blank now. Come on, Chaz, help me out. The slow
What's
one.
your favorite song? Reason to Live?
No, the other one. Yeah, everyone's got a reason to live. I love that song, man. It was like,
Yeah, that's your jam.
I was like 13, and it was like cool. I had my mullet and shit, and I
Yeah,
rocked
dude.
out to that song, man.
I like that one too. Actually, my
Oh,
first
you had
show-
to have.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I was just going to talk about my mullet, but go ahead.
Oh, mullet? Yeah, I think I probably had one at the same time because I'm 40 as well, and my first show was Crazy Nights with Nugent as well here in St. Louis. So
That's awesome. And I've seen him after that. I took Chaz to his first one, the reunion tour, and I fell in love with him again because after Revenge came out, I mean, they were just doing, I felt like, they did the Unplugged and got the guys back, and I'm like, you're just teasing us. Either shit or get off the pot,
Right, yeah.
And then, the when What You Call came out, the one that they did release, Carnival of Souls.
Carnival of Souls, yeah.
And I'm like, well, they didn't finish that one, so maybe it is. And then Psycho Circus came on. I was so happy, because it was the Kiss that I grew up with, and
So you thought.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
right.
I got all four of you beat.
okay.
First time I saw Kiss was 1974.
wow.
March 31st, 1974, at the KC Kite Fly.
You were there?
Oh,
I
no.
was there.
Oh my God!
I
Oh, my
was
God.
there.
Now.
And if you'd like, I'm there now. I'll send you some pictures. You guys can post on your webpage if you want.
Dude, you should come on our show and talk about it.
Okay.
It was.
He don't remember. He was doing window pane and shit.
No, actually, we dropped some Morning Sunshine that show.
Yeah.
And it was a great show. And their makeup and all of their stuff is very different from the Kiss that anybody knows.
Yeah.
I mean, their makeup was. I mean, I was right there on. If I find it, there may be a picture of me at the show because I was right in front. I was right in front of the stage when they were.
I
up
want to
there
see
jamming.
that, dude, because I want to see what young you look like instead of See, Free Ride's motto is if you remember the concert, you weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember the concert, you weren't there. That's right.
So,
Well, now let me tell you guys, Jody here, he has a fascination with the KC show.
yeah, I mean, I live here in St. Louis, so that's a big
Oh.
show for me.
Oh, cool, Jody. We're gonna have to hook up, buddy.
You live in St. Louis too?
I live in St. Louis. I live in Imperial,
Okay. I
I'm
live
right
in
outside
Fairview
of-
Heights, right across the river, but like
Fairview Heights. Yeah, I know the
10
area.
minutes from the
I go
from
to
downtown.
Fast Eddie's all the time. I go
Oh,
over
that's
to.
what's up.
Yeah, that's
You know what's
up.
interesting is I actually went to KC and did a whole interview with Mark Close about that gig.
Oh
And-
yeah, that's
Because
a
he
great
picked
show.
him up. He picked him up from the airport that day and all that.
Yeah,
But I recorded like a 2-hour episode. He told me the greatest story ever that I've ever heard.
it's
and when I-
awesome. I've heard that story.
But when I got home, dude, my Tascam it lost the file, so I never
no
got
way.
to.
No way.
What the hell's-
He had to go to the airport and pick him up at the airport
Yeah.
and bring him up, and none of the equipment on stage was fucking working, and they had to bring in a makeshift generator to
Yeah.
run the show because the other generator that they had for the show crapped out, and the natives were getting restless, and they almost changed the show because they actually opened for Earth, Wind, and Fire, I think.
Fuck that. No, they did not.
Or War, one of the two. I think they
It's
opened.
just as bad as fucking Cool and the Gang open up for
Let
Van
me see
Halen.
what it says here. I can't remember, but it was a great show. We had a real good time, and like I said, I dropped some Morning Sunshine, so it was a really kick-ass show, and it was one of the greatest shows I'd ever seen. It was
I
phenomenal.
bet.
Yeah, it was. It was Kiss, brand new, man. It was the
Yeah,
new
they were
Kiss.
pretty much unknown.
Yeah, they were
So
very much.
here's the big question though, because we can't figure this out. how many people were there? We hear different numbers, right, Jody? What did you hear? 40,000?
Mark Close told me that it was at least 40,000 people there
Yeah,
at the park.
yeah, that's about right. That's about right. And it was on the soccer fields over at Forest Park,
Yeah.
and the it was just it was almost like when I look back at it now, I say, wow, I got to see those guys before they were really somebody.
Yeah, they
And
were
Dude, you're a hipster.
yeah, I mean, I'm telling you what, man, it was fantastic. It was one of the best shows I'd ever seen going up to that point. And I've seen some pretty kick-ass show. I saw Ted Nugent leap from a 9 foot, a 19-foot drop from the stage to the audience at Busch Stadium and wail on his fucking guitar, walking up and down the fucking middle row.
Wow.
So I had seen some pretty kick-ass shows. So, but this show here in particular, Gene Simmons come out on the stage and he is hanging 10 off the stage and just standing there, just basing it out, man. And everybody's going, "Who is these fucking guys, man?"
Did he
And,
have the wings then?
Yeah, they had wigs on, but they weren't the same
No, not
wigs.
Wings. Like
The
chicken wings.
No, he didn't
Yeah.
have the wings. I'm looking at a picture now. He had the wings on his face. You know,
No.
he had his original look. He had his
Okay.
original look, but I don't think he had the wings on then.
All right, here's a question for everybody. We all know everybody likes Kiss here, right? Okay.
Yeah, I like
What
the
else? What is your other band that if you
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted everyone to throw out, how about your top 3 Sans Kiss?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because it will give us a good view on everybody's takes,
Well,
because
I'll tell you mine.
Free Ride's old school, and Dom and Guido is, I don't know, kind of old school but kind of new school. I think me and Jody kind of have the same kind of punk taste, and I don't know anything much about Joe, so I'm interested to hear.
I'll tell you my 3
Yeah,
first.
you go.
Because I know mine off the bat. And you're going to say, what the fuck is... Okay, so I can't pick Kiss, so then I'd have to go Elvis, Prince. And I would have to say, because they changed for me a lot about music, would be Motley Crue, because that's when music kind of... I could buy my own music and everything at that time. So that was the first band that I liked without an influence outside of somebody else. So
Right on.
I'd have to say them 3, if no Kiss.
That's pretty eclectic. I would, for me, it's the same. I don't really, after Kiss, I have a bunch of bands that I listen to, and at the music store that I teach guitar at, man, there's this guy that works down the hallway, and he's always like, he goes, I swear to God, it's the craziest thing that I could walk by your classroom, and I know who you are, and I know what you're all about, but you'll be jamming to Britney Spears. So, and the thing about me is I am an MTV kid, so even though I loved Kiss, I sat for hours waiting to see Kiss on MTV, and it never happened. So
Right.
in that case, I will tell you that I love Prince, I love Duran Duran, I love Culture Club, I love you name the '80s band.
Really?
In
The
excess.
Pretenders, I guess. The
Yeah,
Pretenders.
Never a Pretenders fan, to be honest with you.
Really?
But,
Really?
yeah,
I thought Chrissy Hines was some shit, man.
She
You
was
just liked
really
her because she
popular.
thought you wanted to do her. That's why he likes her.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to-
but metal and rock, like if I had to, Prince is on there. If I'm on an island, I got 3 bands to listen to, and Kiss isn't one of them. I'm listening to Anthrax, Prince, and early Metallica, up to And Justice for All.
Which Anthrax? Which lineup?
Early lineup, first lineup.
Talk about-
the guy from Joey.
Talk about Joey. Okay.
Joey. I prefer the other band was good too, but I don't know. Joey is Anthrax to me, and
Guido
Yeah,
doesn't
I-
agree with that per se, but
No, I did not say I didn't agree with that. I just said John Bush did great.
he
as
was
well.
badass. He was
Yeah.
badass, but I just it's kind of like. Somebody else singing Paul songs isn't gonna, Paul Stanley isn't gonna sound the way how can you do Indians without Joey Belladonna?
I don't know.
Agree.
Absolutely. But it's not like it's not like they replaced, say, Paul Stanley with like Sebastian Bach. It's like they replaced Paul Stanley with James Hetfield. You know, it was like a completely different style of
different.
singing.
Yeah, you're right.
It was definitely a different band, without a doubt. It was just like the same way Van Halen was different with Sammy and Dave. I mean, you get a new singer, you can't be the other band.
Right. Hey, Jody, I'm really interested in it because I've never asked Jody this. What's your three bands, Jody, besides Kiss?
Well, my all-time favorite band, even with Kiss in the lineup, is the Ramones. I mean, they're just my favorite
Great
band
choice. What a band. Yeah.
of all time. Kiss is way up there, but probably number two. But without Kiss, I love the Ramones. I love the Beatles. And probably if I had to, there's so many bands that I love, but if I had to really say which one has influenced me the most in my life, other than those bands, would probably be like Screeching Weasel. Just because they opened up because of Screeching Weasel, there's like another 100 punk bands that I love. You know what I mean? So
No, I know exactly what you're saying. And you know, it's tough for like, you know, I'm in the same, you know, vein of you of like punk stuff. I'm a little bit younger, but like a lot of the older generation won't give us any cred. So if I was to have to say my top three besides Kiss, you know, the Ramones would be in there for sure. But then even younger punk / metal bands, I'm gonna have to go with a band I just saw, Sum 41, who like inspired my guitar work so much when I was a young kid, and then another band called Silverstein. So if anybody, anybody out there, those guys are great and fantastic, and like so a lot of these old timers might be like blah 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 blah, but still I don't care. It's my choice, you know.
Stop talking about Free Ride. All right, Free Ride, give us your three. I already know your top. The Beatles. Free, you there? Oh,
Yeah,
he's ignoring us.
No, I'm not ignoring you. My top picks would be, of course, the Beatles. They are my all-time favorite band, and I think they're just phenomenal. And some of the remastered stuff, if you listen to it well enough, you get it. You figure out what they were all about. And besides Kiss, when you throw out Kiss, I like the bands such as I like Johnny Winter really big time, and he's one of my all-time favorites. And also, if it's a punk band that you're looking for,
No, you pick your three. We don't give a shit who it is. You know,
well,
your
okay.
three.
Well, then I'm going to say the Who.
Okay.
Because I think
that's good.
I mean, I think the Who, even putting Led Zeppelin to the side, and because everything is overplayed by both bands,
And they're plagiarists. But anyways, go ahead.
Nobody wants to listen to Quadrophenia anymore. And it was.
You know what? I lied.
Album.
I got to change. I have to change one of my answers. It's not Motley Crue. I'm stupid. It's Black Sabbath. Why the hell did I think about that?
Yeah, Black Sabbath is one of my favorite. But I don't like narrowing it down to three bands. You know
I don't
what I'm
either,
saying?
Man. That's
That makes it.
It is
too hard because there's so many great bands out there, and then the offshoots from those bands and the bands that. Can you name a band that was generated by the Kiss fame? I mean, give me a band that you
Vinnie
think
Vincent
was
Invasion.
directly influenced by Kiss. That
Poison.
made
Oh man,
huh?
Poison, Motley Crue,
Motley Crue, Poison.
any of those hair bands.
Skid
I would
Row.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skid Row.
Even
Yeah.
the bands like Anthrax, Metallica. Their
90% of
influence.
those guys will tell you that somebody in Kiss, like Dave the Snake Sabo says he wouldn't play guitar if it wasn't for Ace Frehley.
Right.
Yeah, and he
Okay.
said Dimebag was buried in a Kiss casket.
Right.
So let's go back again now. Before Kiss, who influenced Kiss to become who they were? Who do you think?
Yeah, the Beatles. The Who were really big too.
Yeah, Zeppelin, Humble Pie.
Humble
The New
Pie.
York Dolls, you couldn't contemporaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the Dolls.
Yeah.
The Dolls. Have either of you ever the lead singer from Humble Pie? Who else was in Humble Pie? Who was the guitarist from Humble Pie?
Peter
Which-
Frampton, right?
Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Steve Marriott.
Steve Marriott and Lonesome Dave from Foghat, and all them guys in that generation were produced right before Kiss made it. And I think they had a big influence on
Kiss
them.
is no lie that they'll tell you too. Their influences, they're no shame of it. And
Yeah.
Even with everybody influences everybody. Because if you look at the Beatles, they influenced Kiss, but the Beatles also influenced Motley Crue as well as Kiss influenced Motley Crue. Because if you look at Shout Out the Devil, it's the for
I think the
you know
Rolling
like Let
Stones
It Be.
influenced them the most.
Guido, they cover a Beatles song on that album.
Oh yeah, Helter Skelter, right?
Helter Skelter.
And then the first album for them was towards the Stones. But I think the '60s music influenced this. All the '60s music influenced Kiss because Kiss wasn't one facet. I mean, look at one of my favorite songs, and Chaz hates it. You know what song it is, right? When she stands and clutches her breasts, you know.
Oh, I hate Great Expectations. I hate it.
Yeah, that's a cool tune. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit what he says. That's not the normal thing that was going on in the '70s at the time.
Well, if you listen to early Kiss, we talk about all the time about how like it's like Chuck Berry licks, right, Jody?
It's very old school rock and roll for sure.
Old school rock and roll. Yeah, definitely.
But that comes from the Beatles, I think, more than Chuck Berry.
Yeah, and I think at the Beatles, and I think a lot of Ace's playing is a lot of Who style. You know, like Pete Townsend definitely had an influence on him, and I think so did even some of the Stones, like maybe when Mick Taylor Stones. I think a lot of riffs from Ace are just like that kind of riffs.
Yeah.
You know,
those kind of riffs, and the bass. I mean, when you think about the bass, what is it, John Entwistle from the Who?
Gene Simmons' favorite person in the whole world is Paul McCartney, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, the bass has a whole lot to do with Kiss, and I think when they throw those licks out there, his presence is never gone.
No.
If you follow, I mean, his presence is always there, even when they're in their lead mode live, and they go into this lead with the guitar and stuff. His presence is. Man, last time I went to see Kiss, it was like he blew me away. He really is a good bassist.
Well, when you own 50% of the band, you could have that presence.
Well, yeah,
right.
but
he is underrated. He is underrated.
I think so.
And that's the thing. That's the thing I kind of like laugh about Gene is he's such a, people say he's a shit talker and he's cocky and he's conceited, blah blah blah. I've never heard him once give himself any credit for his instrument ever. And he's awesome. He's awesome. He really is. I mean, I know.
And he does good
80s,
things too. You know, his Wounded Warrior project and stuff. See, that's the thing. You just hear about the negativity on him, and you don't hear the good things that he does too.
Yeah, he sponsors like an entire tribe of kids in Africa for school and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool when his wife wanted to go home to Canada.
Family's money. Yeah.
Right, but I think it's cool when he wanted to go home. Or his wife wanted to Canada. He went and bought her an island in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he bought Shannon. She wanted, because she's from Canada, and she's like, when we go there, stay in hotels, whatever. So he bought her own island in Canada.
I did not ever hear that. That is amazing.
You got to watch Family Jewels, man. That's where I got it from.
I watched Family Jewels. It just was too. The minute Carrot Top was on it, I was like, I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah. Hey, listen. Let me ask you this. What was the name of their very first tour?
Oh,
I don't know.
And where did they launch that tour?
Probably New York City, I would imagine.
Well, New York City, yeah.
Well, no, they launched the tour in 1974. The Freedom to Rock tour was started at the KC Kite Fly in St. Louis. That was their very first date on that tour for the summer. I'm reading it right now. That's interesting news. I didn't know that.
Yep.
See how kick-ass that is?
And that's the name of this tour.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Yeah, pretty sure.
No, you're right.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm looking at that. That is this tour, isn't it? Well,
yeah, you didn't take your bets against me, did you?
I need to smoke another bowl. Okay.
No,
carry on.
I got a question for the Kiss guys. I don't know if Free Ride will be able to answer this, but so there's been 95 members of Kiss, and they've all done separate solo things at some point, including Gene and Paul. What is your go-to, not the 4 Kiss solo albums, but anything anyone's ever done outside of Kiss? Like, what's your go-to album out of any of those guys?
Oh, damn. Well, it's kind of cheating, but I do like the Frehley's Live +1, that's pretty awesome, but there's Kiss tunes in that. So
I'm looking for like some people who are listening here to maybe go check out something outside the realm of the KISS.
Okay. All right. I won't lie. I love Gene Simmons' Asshole album.
Really? Huh?
And the reason why I like it is because he dared to be different.
He did, and
Yeah.
I do have a love for that song. Even though the song "Asshole" sounds like it was written by like a 7-year-old child, it's still a good song.
For me,
Wow.
dude, I go to that Fraley's Comet first record.
With Rock
Great.
Soldiers. And,
Yeah, Rock
yep.
Soldiers.
Yep. And I love that album as well. But I'm really, I think I like Trouble Walking better than that one myself. And I don't know why. It wasn't a hit at all, but I just liked it. Was like his last album that he made before he disappeared again. Ace Frehley,
Yeah,
it's great.
And I think that's when he did his version of the Kiss song. Oh my
Hide
God,
Your Heart.
Hide Your Heart.
Hide Your Heart. Yeah, it's on that album, and I think I like his version as well. I'm not going to say better, but I do like his version as well.
there's
like
like
his
5 versions.
Oh yeah, it was done by
Right,
Bonnie
yeah.
Tyler first.
Bonnie Tyler, was it Molly Hatchet or somebody like
Yeah,
that?
Molly
Molly
Hatchet,
Hatchet,
yeah.
Kiss, Ace Frehley. Somebody was selling that song and they just all bought it. So
Well, from what I read, or from what I heard, it was supposed to be like a single on Crazy Nights, and then Nevinson took it off and said the song sucks. And so then they put it into, to be for other people to do it, and that shows you the thinking there, because that's a great tune.
Right.
For me,
Yeah.
I would have to say, I mean, and it's because I drink the grape Kool-Aid so much, but it's Paul Stanley's "Live to Win." I love it. I love that album. I do like 3 of those songs like in my acoustic sets. But
Wow.
again, I'm very on the Paul side of everything. So that's it for me. I don't like a lot of. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like a lot of Vinnie Vincent Invasion stuff. It's
Vinnie
just
Vincent
like
thought he thought he was the best Kiss person ever. Vinnie Vincent thought he was the shit.
he left the band and tried to be the next Yngwie Malmsteen with the same kind of singer, the same kind of playing, but there already was an Yngwie Malmsteen.
Right.
And it was like he wasn't going to go anywhere with it. And from what I hear now, that guy is like losing his mind.
Yeah, he's trying to sell his Kiss outfit for like $7 million or something. Or
oh wow,
some
I'm gonna write a check.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I want to
that's
Anakin,
a legit thing. Yeah, there was like he was having a sale, and it was like, this is the belt I wore in the Lick It Up video or something.
Right.
And it was like $200,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they guitars too. It's just nobody. It's like Sasquatch. Everybody's looking for him now, and we have friends that are constantly on the prowl for where's Vinny. That we hear he's in Tennessee. So
Right, yeah, and that's like one of the podcasts that you guys promote, the Decibel Geek. I know they're always talking about him and trying to track him down, and that's where they're at too. But you can't find them. And I did want to talk about your guys' podcast for a minute. Did you guys record one today? What do we can look forward to tomorrow?
We recorded one tonight, and we basically had listeners write in and tell us their ultimate set list, but it had because we've been complaining about this set list not having enough deep cuts. So people wrote in. We got about probably about 10 set lists written in, but the key plus Jody's and the key though was that it had to satisfy everybody. It had to have songs for the tire kickers, songs for the old fans, songs for the younger fans. Songs for the just it had to be the kind of set list that pleased everybody, and we got quite a few. It was pretty interesting, I thought.
Yeah, it's fun.
We'll definitely have to listen to that.
Yeah, and then Jody, he is amazing. He has a Kiss notebook that he writes all these ideas for things to do in shows. We do these things called Sweet 16s, where he'll write 16 Gene songs, and then we got to vote on them, just like in basketball style.
Those are fantastic. I love when you guys do those. It's so interesting.
Well, that's all Jody's brain, and it works really well. And then tonight we did a bunch of what ifs. So like we had questions, not to give too much away. Find out what we thought would have happened had Ace died in Lakeland, Florida, from being electrocuted, or stuff like that.
Yeah, I would love to talk like that. That's cool. Like we always had this show here that we do is, universal show. It's just whatever. People come on and we talk about whatever. When we have celebrities on that, we don't even interview them too much about the music. It's more or less talk to them. You know what I mean? It's like a chat show.
Right.
It's like, was that Coffee Time, that Mike Myers episode, skit on
Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk.
Coffee
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing I like about you guys. Podcast Rock City. One of the coolest things about it is your Agnon segment with all the commercials, and not the commercials, but you guys promote other Kiss podcasts and you try to spread the love about it. And I think that's super cool because I found so many podcasts through yours. I'm not trying to promote anybody else, but that's how I found Jody's Strange Ways. That's how I found Podcast Rock City. Oh, your Podcast Rock City. Duh. That's how I found Pod of Thunder, which is another interesting one. And a Decimal Beat.
Yeah, those
that's all
guys
thanks
are
to you
great.
guys. No, the Pod of Thunder guys are great. That's a cool one too. It'd be cool to have those guys on here and you guys and have a crazy discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys are really funny too, because basically what they do is they pick one song a week, and they just talk about one song. That podcast could go on for 40 years. So.
Oh, absolutely. And if you saw on their podcast last week or on the 4th of July, they threw a wild card out. They didn't do Kiss. They did a Yngwie Malmsteen song. So I thought that was interesting.
Wow,
Yeah.
funny. How funny.
So that's what I like about you guys. There's other podcasts that I'm not gonna. We'll remain nameless, but they're kind of like the snooty Kiss podcast and don't act like they're better than everybody else. I feel, but not you guys. So I think that's awesome.
Right on, man.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, let me ask you a question real quick.
It sounds like I think we read your iTunes.
You might have. I don't know.
Let me ask you a question real quick. If you went to a show and it had Kiss and special guest Rush, what would you pay for that ticket?
Well, first things first, I walk to the door and go, "Hey, I'm Joe from Podcast Rock City," and they would just let me in. So
okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
that never
you're
happens.
that famous. I love you.
No, that never happens. I'm kidding. No, I don't know, man. I pay $150 for that show.
Yeah. You know what it was back in 1975?
Man, I'm gonna guess like $7.50.
$5.
Damn.
$5 to see Kiss and Rush at the same show.
Good Lord. Do you have your ticket stub still?
No, I just saw a poster of a show that I went to in Normal, Illinois, and I saw Kiss and Rush together.
Wow.
And I was just curious if they had anything on it, and they did. So.
Yeah, that just brings up a good
That
idea.
awesome.
Who was the
I'll
best?
tell you what, Jody is, I'm sure, very interested. I think I'm getting a little delay, just so you guys know.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And now we're all Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
now
here's
we're all quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Well, you see, we do the same thing as like the other shows where sometimes you talk about one song or whatever, but we do different things. Like one time we did a whole show on free rides of fascination with granny panties.
Yeah.
I've got,
I like them when they're on the floor.
Yeah, I like them when
right,
they're on the floor. Right. But they seem to think that I want to see granny panties on grannies, and I don't. I prefer, a hot chick in granny panties or cotton panties is a turn on to me. And
he's not allowed at the nursing home anymore. Just to let you know.
Oh, man.
I was kicked out of the nursing home. Yes.
Well, I feel you though, man. It's kind of like Betty Page. She wore granny panties and it's super hot.
Yeah.
All right, it must be a St. Louis thing.
Must be. Yeah, we're in old
From the water
Midwestern
out
values. Who needs a thong when you can wear granny panties? I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the question I was going to bring up, since you brought up Rush opening for Kiss, is out of the concerts we've seen, and that could include Free Ride, who was the best and who was the worst opener for Kiss?
I saw Poison open for them, and they're awesome live. So I mean, I really enjoy it. If I heard Poison opening for Kiss, I'd buy a ticket immediately.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was leaning towards Def Leppard, but I'm going to go with Poison. For me, the worst one I ever saw was in '96, right here in Buffalo. The Deftones opened up and got booed off the stage, and it was so terrible.
I bet.
Yeah, I would put that on my worst list too. That one, or I didn't like when I saw Kiss with. And you're gonna be wow, but Aerosmith, because it was that honking on Bobo tour, and I didn't want to hear all that blues shit.
Right.
From Aerosmith. Yeah. So, and I love Aerosmith, so I got to put that one in one of my worst.
Wow.
Yeah.
For me, man, the worst one was Nugent at Crazy Nights.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Probably one of the best ones I probably saw was probably either Faster Pussycat on Hot in the Shade, or maybe when they toured with Motley a couple years ago.
Well,
but that's true. I've never really been too happy with Kiss's opening band since I've been going to the shows. And in St. Louis in '96, they had Alice in Chains, and I was excited to see them. But it was like probably the most boring show I've ever seen.
That's because they were all on heroin.
Yeah, they were just like standing there, like holding,
they had no motion and shit.
Yeah, they sounded good, but it was boring as all hell.
I think the worst, the best opener for Kiss. I'm gonna have to say Rush because that's the one I saw, and then I'm gonna have to say that I saw Kiss. When was it? What was it? 2006, 2005, or 2006? And the opening band was like non-existent, man. It's like they just blended. It was just like I can't remember who the fuck it was.
Well, they must have sucked really bad then.
Yeah, they did.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the band, but I think they were on Gene's label, right?
Yeah, they're on Gene, and they were like elevator fucking music. And
it wasn't like, what was that, Praying Mantis or something?
Yeah.
I saw him with a band called He Is Legend. I remember that.
Thank you. I think that's them, man. It was 2005. Were you at Hollywood Casino or Riverport?
No, he lives in New York.
Oh, you live in New York.
He's talking to Jody, I'm sure.
I'm talking to Jody.
Oh, yeah.
The last time they were at Riverport, I can't remember who opened for them, but they were lousy. I mean, it just sucked.
Last really Riverport show that I saw was when they were here with Def Leppard.
Def Leppard?
Well, that didn't suck.
I thought they were all right, though.
Yeah,
but
Def Leppard's okay. They're not what they used to be.
Fan or anything, but
they looked a little old, a little peaky.
Yeah, but to have them open up for Kiss, like that's like I would have never seen Def Leppard in my life. I'm a Poison fan, and Poison opened up for Def Leppard, and then when I went and saw that, I was like, this is okay. They were good. They were good live. And now Def Leppard opened up for Kiss, and now I'm kind of a Def Leppard fan because of that. I don't know. It's just like a band I got into naturally just from seeing them live.
Well, grab the sugar bowl and pour some on you.
Yeah, there you go.
Grab the sugar bowl and pour some on you.
No, I was actually a Def Leppard fan, up until like I was, when they were heavier and stuff. I still am a fan of theirs, but like in the Pyromania stages, they were a lot heavier than in the
way better.
Adrenalized stage. Where because I was listening to Motley or Metallica and that stuff at that time too. Yeah. So. I was kind of weird because I would be listening to the glam rock and then go listen to the other stuff too. I never had one like allegiance to one genre of music. I would go see Motley Crue live, and then I'd go see friggin' I'd go see Jethro Tull. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I'd see everybody. Sure. And I never had.
That's the same kind of concept. Jethro Tull's an award-winning heavy metal band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true.
It is true. It is true. Hey, let me ask you this, really then. Other than
you didn't know that, Guido?
I knew they beat Metallica.
Yeah, they beat Metallica.
They beat Metallica, but
for their best album, right? Or wasn't it Injustice for All?
Injustice for All.
It was wasn't it
Black Album?
Puppet? The Black Album.
Oh.
No, I think when Jethro Tull won was like '86. They beat like Master of Puppets, and they beat Among the Living, and they beat like all those like great thrash albums. And Jethro Tull won, I think.
That's crazy.
Sick. All right. Speaking of concerts, what was your favorite non-Kiss concert that you've seen in the last 5 years?
But before you answer that, I want to go out on record here, Chaz, and say Kiss liked Jethro Tull, because if you listen to early on their box set with the band Wicked Lester, it fucking sounded like Jethro Tull.
It did.
Yeah, I know, and those songs kind of suck.
But still, there
Thank
was some
you
influence
very
there.
much for that commentary. Yeah.
Now continue on with the show.
Okay, what was your favorite non-Kiss concert in the last 5 years?
That's a tough one. I'm trying to go back and think if I've seen any concerts non-Kiss in the last 5 years.
I got mine picked out already.
Yeah,
Go
me too.
ahead.
Let's go to
You're all
Lifetime.
gonna laugh.
What's
You're all
Lifetime?
gonna laugh. Well, last 5 years for me would have been Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
you
he's a
did
big
like that.
Kiss fan. It doesn't count.
No, he doesn't. Count.
Well,
Well, if you
that
put
cuts
that in there-
everybody out.
Does he do a Kiss
Yeah.
cover?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Hard Luck Woman.
Hard Luck Woman, yeah. So okay. Favorite concert.
All right,
Jody?
all time.
All time.
Not Kiss though. Not Kiss though.
Not
Okay,
Kiss,
for me it's easy. It's easy for me to do with not Kiss because like I said, I'm 30. I was born in '86, so in that whole 2000 era, we had the rap rock era going on, and I saw at the HSBC Arena, I saw 4 big bands at that time. It was Rapper Exhibit, Papa Roach, and then it was Eminem and Limp Bizkit headlined it. And for that time, I couldn't have had a better concert in my life.
Oh, Jody loves Limp Bizkit.
So that was just like
love
my
him like cancer.
Well, I think and if it's my favorite of all time, I'd have to go with the '92 or '3 Faith No More, Guns N' Roses, and Metallica at Rich Stadium that I saw.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be my all-time pick.
That's what's up. I love Faith No More.
Yeah.
So what about you, Joe?
For me, I would say I really loved seeing Queensryche do Operation Mindcrime. But see, I saw them and when they did a club tour to do Mindcrime, and they had actors on stage, acting out the show, and that was pretty epic. So
That's cool.
Okay,
Right
you guys,
on.
is there any
go ahead.
is there any regrettable concerts anyone's ever missed that they could have went and
Wait
saw
a minute.
and they didn't go,
Wait a
and now they
minute.
kicked themselves in the
Wait, we
ass?
didn't finish.
Wait a
But we
minute,
didn't
let's
finish Jody's favorite concert.
What was your favorite concert,
Oh.
Jody?
Well, lifetime wise, it was probably the first time I saw the Ramones. They were playing down Mississippi Nights, a small club here in St. Louis.
Sweet. I know
was-
Mississippi Nights.
It was off the chain, man. It was just so amazing and totally cool. But in the last 5 years, probably the first time I saw Masked Intruder, one of my favorite bands. They're just so good live, and I don't know if you guys know about them, but you should check them out. They all wear like ski masks of different colors. And there's like a red, blue, a yellow, and a green, and they sing these great little pop punk songs about stalking girls and going to jail and shit.
That's
Great.
awesome.
So I
Yeah.
guess they don't go to too many trips to the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are going to get a kick out of this, but the best rockin' concert that I ever went to in my lifetime was the Beastie Boys.
Wow.
That's a good
What a fucking party! Dude, I got to tell you, we took in a fifth of fucking Jack Daniels, and the party was on, man. It was a lot of fun. That was that was the biggest party I actually ever went to. The best concert I ever went to was Wishbone Ash, Montrose, and Humble Pie.
Wow.
And I saw them at Kiel Auditorium, and Sammy Hagar was still, of course, with Montrose back then, and it was at Kiel Auditorium, and Humble Pie played, and it was the last time that Peter Frampton played with the band. The band was splitting and regrouping, and they played until the show should have ended at probably about 11 o'clock. It didn't end until 1 in the morning. And they just kept playing, and we wouldn't let them leave. They turned the house lights on, and we wouldn't leave, and then the lights would go back out, and they'd come back out again. And it was just a fucking phenomenal show. It was one of the best shows I've
I
ever
was
seen.
still in my dad then.
Yeah, you were trickled down
Yeah.
his leg.
Right. But you know,
yeah.
but you know what? Here's a real story, and it's true. I would never be here, and neither would Chaz actually, if Led Zeppelin didn't exist, because my parents met at House of the Holy tour.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so
that's a
Led
great
Zeppelin
show.
was like the reason we exist.
Wow.
It's always nice. Yeah. Yeah, other than my parents meeting for World War II, so yeah, that's what my parents met were in World War II.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's always neat. So anyways, fellas, your show is when is it broadcast?
Okay, every Monday you can get it on iTunes, Podcast Rock City. Just look it up, you download it, and you listen to it, and it's pretty awesome.
So it's on iCast.
iTunes. Yeah, it's also you can get it other places too. I think, right? You guys
Yeah,
got it
you
on-
can get. Yeah, Jody knows every place.
Yeah, it's like Podomatic, Stitcher, just Podbean. The main ones are Podomatic and iTunes, but we also have a live radio thing that we do on Thursdays at noon Eastern time on AKA Radio, so you can check that out.
Oh, cool. That's when on Thursdays you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to, I don't think I've listened to that one yet. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we try to get on as many places as much as we want. We really want a nighttime show, but it's really hard to find anybody that's willing to give up a slot. So
How much time? How much time do you want? Here, listen, guys. We're different than the other places. We have the radio station and we have the talk show station. We have two. So right now, the only show that we have on our talk show is this one. So if you're interested in coming over here for an hour or two each week, I'm sure we're down for that.
Can you play music? Is it legal to play?
If you want to do a music show, then you come on this station, on the KGF station.
Because we're licensed.
Licensed. We pay the royalties for every song we play. So
that's the thing that we really wanted to do was have a radio show in the evening. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
It's definitely something
we got slots that are open, and if not, we'll shuffle things around because we're trying to grow our live DJ aspect. Because we want to get voices on the airwave. We're trying to do this like the old style radio used to do, back in the days of payola. No, but back when music, when the DJs were something, when they were like a celebrity type of thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's what we're trying to do here. So yeah, we'll talk, man. We'd love to have that here.
Yeah,
and even if not, we talked about helping you guys out and broadcasting an episode in here or there. But I'd rather have a live show if we could set something up. So
yeah, definitely.
Well, we're definitely going to talk. We're definitely going to talk.
Yeah. Excellent, most excellent.
And it just unlike other internet radio stations and stuff, we list ourselves on explicit content so that we can play whatever we want. And you don't have to worry ever about saying anything on this program, our programs, or playing. It doesn't matter, So if you want to play something I play Adam Sandler on my show sometimes at a medium pace,
Nice.
So I mean, it's a great place, and we have some of our people are just great, and some of them are just wow. So
if there's one thing I enjoy the most, it's having a shampoo bottle show
your ass. Yeah.
in a medium pace.
Yeah, right.
At a medium pace, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
I love that song.
My girlfriend's listening, and right now downstairs, and I wonder if her kids are listening. Hi, kids. They're going, Mom, what does that mean?
Right. But so we limit ourselves because of the explicit content. But we're like, we don't want to be pigeonhole ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't. I mean, we're not dirty, nasty. We don't do it all the time, but sometimes we do, and we like the freedom of speech. That we like that aspect,
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for having us on. We really appreciate
thank
it.
You for coming on the show.
Anytime. We love it, and we'll talk again about some work and possible doing some things together.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Definitely.
And everybody make sure you look it up tomorrow. You guys post it live. I know I wake up at like 9 a.m. Eastern. It's already up. So just make sure you guys look it up on Stitcher or iTunes or wherever you have it. And you can also replay our shows on those same things. So.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Cool.
Excellent.
And now we got to get your commercial to put at the end of our show.
Okay.
Okay. Definitely.
We'll get that for you.
Yeah, we'll
Absolutely.
definitely do that. That'll be awesome. And thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We really do appreciate it. We're gonna give them a big round of applause. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Thanks,
listen,
guys.
this is very important. You have to send us those pictures now of the KC show because Jody is drooling.
Oh,
Because
they are. If you go down, Jody, are you on the computer or on the phone, Jody?
I'm on the computer. I've seen a lot of the pictures that exist, but if you have other ones, I'd love to see them.
Okay. I've got some posted here on Yahoo Imaging. There's some there that you might not have.
Cool.
If you just look down there at the bottom there of your Skype, and it'll be
Yeah.
right there, say Kiss Keishi Kitefly, and
Great.
I was there.
Maybe we can hook up with you, and you could come on our show, and you could tell
Okay.
that story.
All right.
Yeah,
well, that'd
sounds
be awesome.
great.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
I'd appreciate that. Even for a short, that'd be awesome. Just
Yeah,
let
that'd
me
be great.
know. I got you.
Will
I
do.
got your friend. I'll friend you both on Facebook, and that'll be the end of that. Well, you won't stop hearing from me then.
That's fine. That's
Sounds
fine.
great.
Thanks a lot, fellas.
All right, guys.
And we're
Thanks
going to
so
talk
much.
about getting you guys syndicated on our station, and then also possibly do a live show. That'd be awesome.
That would be
Great.
awesome.
Yes,
All right,
it would
man.
be. Thank you.
All right. Take care, man.
Hey, you guys have a great
good
night.
day. All right. Take care.
Yep.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Fuck yeah.
How's that? The non-Kiss fan gets invited to
Wow.
be on their show.
Yeah.
Guy that's not on there gets on their show. What the hell?
How the
Yeah.
fuck does that happen? How the hell did that happen?
That's good,
I'm
'cause I wanna
smiling
listen
from
to
ear
that
to ear. Yeah, I'm smiling from ear to ear. Maybe they want something a little more controversial than a couple of yes men like you when it comes to
Well,
Kiss.
They want more
Oh.
controversial. They can get either Donald Trump. Or
No, they can't get Donald Trump. They get
Yeah.
they get free ride. They're gonna get free ride. Yeah.
Very good.
bro.
Very good. Hey, you know what? They are. I've listened to their podcast before, and they're not always like pro Kiss, like Kiss is God's and Kiss blah blah
No,
blah.
I know they're not. I know.
They do say when shit bothers them or whatever. They do. I've heard that,
Right.
and that's probably why their podcast is successful because it's not just.
All
God,
pro Kiss.
kneel at the altar because just because you're a Kiss fan doesn't mean you need to think everything they do is great.
That's correct. That is correct.
Absolutely. They're always a good listen, and they have contrasting views. There's another guy on there, usually Andrew. He wasn't with us tonight, but he's even younger than me. I think the guy's 22 or 23. So that's a whole different generation, even of myself than Kiss. So it's always a good podcast to listen to. So I hope we can get them on here or at least broadcast them, because they're
Right.
it's awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be, just even for just a little while, that would be great. Well, listen, are we going to talk about Yellow Card?
We can, sure. Are you going to play a song, or do you want me to just talk?
Yeah, let me just go ahead and we're going to play Ocean Avenue real quick. And this is KGFRocks.com, and you're listening to the Conjugal Visit Show. This is Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue, rocking on the net.
How much time?
Yeah, rockin' song. That was a rockin' song. That's Ocean Avenue by Yellow Cake. How's everybody doing out there? You're listening to the Conjugal Visit Show. Hopefully my friends are still with me out there.
Oh, I'm here.
You guys go drain your lizard?
Oh no, I was here listening to the song because I love that song.
That's a
I was
kick-ass
here
song.
too.
Man. I had to take a leak, but I heard most of it. It's a good song. Good song. So what about these guys, man? What's up with them?
Well, what it is, it's not just them. Is I'm here to do the first Chad Stanley's first summer concert review of the year. Bum bum bum. That was my theme song.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
So what I'm here to review is the 2016 Vans Warped Tour. And for those of you who may not know, mainly Freeride, Vans Warped Tour is a traveling punk rock heavy metal fest, if you will. It's probably in its 22nd year. It's been going on forever. And I can't give you an exact amount of bands there, but can easily say at least 80 bands were there.
Oh my God.
And they set up 6 stages. They'll have the main stage at the venue has split into 2, and then there's 4 other stages. And you get there, the concert kicks off at 11 o'clock a.m. and everybody rushes in. The first band, goes up about 11:30. They give you chances to get in. You run in. You check a big board they have, and there's the big board with all the bands. And usually you have to like make a plan. Like, all right, this band is over on this stage at this time, but then we got to go cut over there to see this band, and it's pretty hectic, but it's a fun time. But in the 22 years of Warped Tour, and I've probably been to about 12 of them, this was probably my most memorable, favorite concert ever. And it was just of the Warped Tours. And it was just because the way it was set up. I mentioned to Jody earlier about Teenage Bottle Rocket. They played early. They played about I don't know, I think it was like 1 o'clock. Okay. So we caught them, and then there's a couple other bands I didn't care about. But I'm not kidding. From 3:30 till 8 o'clock on the same stage were all the big bands that I came to see. And the highlights of those bands, for all the old school punk rock fans out there, were it went Less Than Jake, it went Real Big Fish, it went one of my top 3 favorite bands of all time, like I said, Sum 41, it went Newfound Glory, and it went the artist you guys just heard, Yellow Card. And what made Yellow Card so special that night, at least for me and all the Yellow Card fans, was about 2-3 weeks ago, Yellow Card announced that they're finishing up Warped Tour, and then they're going on a tour, and that's it. They're breaking up for good. For now. 10 years later, who knows?
Really? Maybe we ought to get them on the show and they can talk about that, man.
Well, that'd be awesome. But so what they decided to do is they said, they were like, all right, as you know, there was some news. They played a song. They said there was some news. And then I started a big boo chant because they're breaking up. And so the singer goes, I know if you guys don't like it, but the decision has been made. So instead of bitching about it, how about we just celebrate and have a good time? Everybody cheered. And then what he said is the song you just heard, Ocean Avenue, that's off the album of the same name that came out in 2004. And he said, so how about we just celebrate it with everyone's favorite album? They played about most of that album, just back to back to back to back to back, said goodnight. A bunch of people in the crowd had like tears in their eyes, and it was just one of the best experiences I ever had. I want to give shout outs to the people I went with. Goose was there, Hannah, Katie, Devin, everybody. We had a great time. And I mean, for me to say Warped Tour was fantastic is just like, it's been so shitty since about 1999. And this was probably the best one I ever went to. So they definitely stepped their game up, and I was super happy with it. And I'm sad to see, that Yellow Card, not one of my favorites, but I love the band. That album, Ocean Avenue, means a lot to me. And I got to see him perform most of it, and I didn't know that. And that just was like awesome. So, for that concert, if I'm going to give the scale 1 to 10, man, that's a 9 right now. It's going to be really hard this year to beat that concert for me. I was there from 10 o'clock till about 8 o'clock. I got sunburned. I was dehydrated. I was starving, and I couldn't give 2 shits. I had a great time.
That's outstanding. Well, good for you. Good for you. And
Good for you.
bands breaking up suck. When they do that when they're on the stage, but at the same time you go, well, fuck, I'll have to remember these guys, and you just move on. And it's pretty cool, man. They're going to be doing other stuff. Some of the members will probably do something else.
Right. And there's always a possibility, the probability, if you will, of the reunion or whatnot. But just, it was, I don't know, it was overwhelming. It was just like, I knew they were doing it, but then when they said it on stage, made it surreal. And the fact that they decided to, instead of saying, all right, here's all our new songs from our new album, they were like, here's the songs from the albums that everybody likes. This is for you guys, not for us. You know what I mean? And it was unheard of, at least in my head. So I loved it.
That's great.
That's like a Hallmark moment.
Aw.
It was awesome. Man, I wish you guys were there. Everybody there friggin' enjoyed it. It was great.
Well, excellent.
Well, that's beautiful.
So
we should talk about the artist of the week.
The artist of the week, real quick. Artist of the week is who'd you pick this week, there, Guido? I don't even freaking know.
I was gonna pick Kiss because of the people that we had on tonight, but as I was looking back, we just had Kiss not that long ago, so I couldn't do that. So what we picked this week is I went something that's probably polar opposite of Kiss, and I went with Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. Excellent. Good choice.
Yeah, I know that's not one of Chad's favorites, but
it's one of my favorites.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. They rock out, man. That's a good band. Very good band.
And they have a lot of people that listen to them and go see them, and they're still out there trudging along. So, and, I don't like much music from that grunge era, but that's one of the bands I do like.
Right. Well, listen, next week's show is going to be Mr. Peter Greggs. And Peter Greggs is in his own band, and his band is Scars of Grace. And he is going to be doing an interview with us next week, and he's a multi-instrumentalist. And a lot of guys.
He's one of Delogier's friends, right?
Yeah, he's Rick Delogier's buddy, and he played on some of Rick Delogier's stuff, and he's also does the Scars of Grace, and very interesting guest. And it's a difficult thing when you're recording an album that every song you play every instrument on those songs. So that's pretty tough, man, if you think about that. And we're going to talk about that and a few other things that he's got going on in his career right now. And we're going to just talk about music in general. So it'll be a pretty cool show. This is. Do you have an album review next week there, Chaz?
I wasn't given one, so
you weren't given one.
But I do have one. Oh, no, I'll give you one because I just bought the brand new vinyl of Good Charlotte's new album, and haven't even opened it yet. So I can give you a nice review on Good Charlotte's next album next Sunday.
Excellent. Okay, and maybe we can get one of the tunes and play it. So that'll be nice.
Absolutely.
All right, excellent. Well, fellas, I think we've beaten this one to death. What do you think? You got anything else there, Guido?
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, I got one. Make sure everybody gets on Stitcher and listens to Podcast Rock City and then listens to the replay of our show because we'd appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a ticket. And you can replay the show. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on our website. It'll be in our archives. And just go check it out. And it'll be on Spreaker. And what's that other one we're on?
Stitcher.
You can get it on Stitcher as well. So we're pretty popular, and we're going to take advantage of what they told us tonight that they were doing because I think we ought to get on iTunes. What do you think?
We already are on iTunes.
See, we're on iTunes. Did you know that, folks? We're on fucking iTunes. I didn't even fucking know that.
That's why I'm the technical guy.
You are the
and here's another piece of advice. Here's a piece of advice. Don't eat Mexican food and stand next to an open flame.
That's why. That's good information. Good information. Okay, everybody, we've beaten this one to death. We're out of here. And I got some advice for you. Avoid the clap. KGFRocks.com.
Well, there goes that idea.
It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.